It's Monday, March 11th. The world's biggest democratic exercise, voting for the 17th Lok Sabha, will happen in 7 phases, starting the 11th of April 2019 and ending on the 19th of May 2019. Votes will be counted on the 23rd of May 2019. Elections to 4 state assemblies, Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Odisha and Sikkim, will be held alongside the Lok Sabha polls. There will be no simultaneous assembly polls for the state of Jammu and Kashmir, a decision that was criticized by parties in the state. With Omar Abdullah tweeting, for the first time since 1996, assembly elections in Jammu and Kashmir are not being held on time. Remember this the next time you're praising Prime Minister Modi for his strong leadership. Here are some of the other big takeaways from the Election Commission press conference. VVPATs or Voter Verified Paper Audit Trail will be used in all polling stations. Given the complaints regarding the security of electronic voting machines, the last mile transportation of these EVMs and VVPATs will be monitored through GPS. Opposition parties had approached the Election Commission in February over the alleged tampering of electronic voting machines in some state elections and had urged the Election Commission to consider that at least 50% of VVPATs should be counted and then cross-checked with the electronic voting machine votes before results are declared. It is unclear if 50% of the voter-verified paper audit trails will indeed be counted and matched. For the first time, citizens will be allowed to record instances of poll code violations on their smartphones and send it to poll officials via the EC Android app. Action will be taken within 100 minutes. The Model Code of Conduct will apply for social media accounts of candidates and political parties too. The Election Commission said social media platforms will take steps to remove content violating the Code of Conduct. Expenses incurred by the candidate or the party on social media advertisements will be included in the candidate's election expenditure.
All political advertisement on social media will also require pre-certification. The intermediaries viz. Facebook, Twitter, Google and YouTube have committed in writing to ensure that any political advertisement published on their platforms will be certified from MCMC.
Meanwhile, in a first, Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik has announced his party, the Biju Janata Dal, will reserve 33% tickets for women. The party will field women candidates on 7 of the 21 seats in the state. The Odisha State Assembly, remember, had in 2018 unanimously passed a resolution seeking 33% reservation for women in state assemblies and Lok Sabha. Patnaik on Sunday said he's calling upon the national parties to be true to their words and follow what they are propagating for women's empowerment. Campaign posters like this one, aiming to leverage for political gain the airstrikes carried out in Pakistan by the Indian Air Force following the Pulwama attack, has got the attention of the Election Commission. The Election Commission on Saturday called on all political parties to advise their candidates or leaders to desist from displaying photographs of defense personnel in advertisements or otherwise as part of their election propaganda. The EC in its advisory says it is pertinent to mention that the armed forces of a nation are the guardians of its frontiers, security and the political system. They are apolitical and neutral stakeholders in a modern democracy. It's therefore necessary that political parties and leaders exercise great caution while making any reference to the armed forces in their political campaigns. The Commission is of the view that photographs of the Chief of Army Staff or any other defense personnel and photographs of functions of defense forces should not be associated with or used in any manner in advertisement, propaganda, campaigning, or in any other manner in connection with elections by political parties and candidates. Last week, former Navy Chief Admiral L. Ramdas had written to the Election Commission urging it to send a strong message to political parties against misusing photographs or other material pertaining to the armed forces related to the Pulwama attack, the Balakot airstrike, or the capture and release of Indian Air Force pilot Abhinandan Vardhaman. Last week, Delhi BJP Chief Manoj Tiwari was seen campaigning in army fatigues. It is not how one would picture a fugitive from the law as living. certainly not one accused of orchestrating India's biggest bank fraud. But billionaire Nirav Modi, wanted in India for defrauding Punjab National Bank of 13,000 crore rupees, is living it up in London. UK daily The Telegraph tracked down Modi, who now lives in an £8 million apartment in London's West End. He occupies half a floor of the Centre Point Tower block. Though Modi's bank accounts in India have been frozen and an Interpol red notice has been issued against him, the fugitive has become involved in a new diamond business in the Soho locality. The Telegraph quotes a well-placed government source to say Modi was given a national insurance number in recent months by the Department for Work and Pensions and has been able to operate online bank accounts in the United Kingdom while wanted by Indian authorities. He has also been in contact with a wealth management company based in West London, which specializes in advice to rich foreigners. It is not clear why the British government has given him a national insurance number and yet has apparently failed to act on the Interpol red notice. The Telegraph said Nirav Modi walks his dog from his home to his new office every day. He was wearing a jacket made of ostrich hide costing at least £10,000 when a reporter tried to talk to him. Modi repeatedly answered no comment to questions put to him.
You owe a lot of people a lot of money, Mr. Modi.
Sorry, no comment.
No comment. We would very much like to know where you are.
Sorry, no comment.
The Telegraph report has given fresh ammunition to the opposition, which questioned why the government was unable to bring Nirav Modi back, with the Congress asking who is the Prime Minister trying to protect, himself, Nirav Modi, or the people who let him escape. Meanwhile, hours after the publication of the report, the Enforcement Directorate said requests for the extradition of Nirav Modi to India was sent in July 2018 to the United Kingdom. The UK Central Authority of Home Office has confirmed that the extradition request has been sent to the Westminster Magistrate Court for the district judge for further proceedings.
Just because he has been spotted doesn't mean that he can be immediately brought back to India. You see, there is a process. UK government, we have made a request. It is for the UK government now to consider a request and respond to the CBI and ED demand for extradition.
Modi, whose Indian passport was revoked by the Ministry of External Affairs on February 24, 2018, has since travelled on that very revoked passport 4 times. In January 2018, the CBI had booked Nirav Modi, wife Ami, brother Nishal and uncle Mehul Choksi. Nirav Modi, officials say, left India in the first week of January 2018 before the CBI received a complaint from the Punjab National Bank about the alleged fraud. There was a political row after this photograph was released. It showed Nirav Modi along with other Indian CEOs and the Prime Minister at the World Economic Forum. This was taken just days before the FIR was filed and after Nirav Modi allegedly fled the country. The Supreme Court has appointed a 3-member panel to begin mediation proceedings in the contentious Ram Janmabhoomi Babri Masjid title suit case. Former Supreme Court Judge Justice Fakir Muhammad Ibrahim Khalifullah, who retired from the Apex Court in 2016, Art of Living founder Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, and senior advocate Sri Ram Panchu, who set up the Tamil Nadu Mediation and Conciliation Centre in the Madras High Court, are the 3 mediators. The court has directed that the mediation process be completed in 8 weeks in Faizabad. The mediation proceedings, the Supreme Court has said, should be conducted with utmost confidentiality, and that while the proceedings are being carried out, there ought not to be any reporting of the said proceedings, either in print or in the electronic media. Now, the appointment of spiritual guru Sri Sri Ravi Shankar has raised eyebrows because of his well-documented position that Muslims should give up their claim on Ayodhya. Ravi Shankar had, in an interview to India Today 2 years ago, also said that if the issue is not resolved amicably, it has the potential of turning India into Syria. He had, in an open letter to the All India Muslim Personal Law Board previously, spelt out what he thinks is the best out-of-court settlement, which involves the Muslim community giving up its claim on the disputed site.
तो जब इनका कनेक्शन सब्जेक्ट मैटर से है, इन्होंने अपना पूरा पोजीशन साफ कर दिया है कि वो किस पार्टी के तायद में है, देखिए, ना सिर्फ सब्जेक्ट मैटर से इनका ताल्लुक़ है, बल्कि इनका पार्टी से भी ताल्लुक़ है। तो ये रिग्रेटेबल है कि एक ऐसे शख्स को सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने मीडिएटर अपॉइंट किया है जो न्यूट्रल मीडिएटर नहीं है।
There is also the troubling issue of how the spiritual guru's Art of Living hasn't complied with National Green Tribunal orders, asking it to pay a fine of 5 crore rupees for damaging a 1,000-acre area of the Yamuna floodplains. Love your morning fix? Help support our journalism. Subscribe to Scroll Plus using the link in the description.